how do you clean your arrowroots? And how often do you do your shopping? In this video, we're going to take a look at a few things and tips to consider when you're doing your shopping. Welcome to Just World YouTube channel, where we talk about travel, finance, food, and community service. Thank you for clicking and for your continued support. In today's video, it is a shopping haul for my mom, as well as our routine on how we prepare our arrowroots and sweet potatoes. We are starting with the supermarket shopping. So I got her the X all-purpose. For some reason, I just like it. People have talked about Ajab. I don't know which other one you can recommend. Comment down below. As for ugali, our preference, both my mom and I, is the Amaze. It's amazing. For sugar, I'm not so sure which one is the best nowadays because I don't know, it usually has that. Is there anyone who has experienced clean sugar? Then for rice, we use Sunrise. Usually when I'm shopping for my mom, I just shop the things I use in my house. So it's just maybe a few changes here and there of the things she prefers. Like for tissue, I like the smaller one, she likes this big one. Yeah, just a few things. So in today's video, I wanted us to talk about a few tips when you're shopping. Maybe some tips I have used and maybe they are working for me. If you have any additional tips, please comment down below and let us also know what tips you use when you're shopping. My number one will be shop with a list. Don't just show up and start picking things randomly. At that point, you will either forget something or you will end up impulse buying. So it's very important to have a list. The next thing is setting a budget. If you have a budget and if you're too serious, you can always carry along a calculator. Of course, with the phones nowadays, you can use your phone. But it is very important to set a budget and stick to it. Then the third tip is that pick the best time for you. For instance, if you take an observation, most people shop in the afternoon or in the evening. So if you want to avoid traffic or queues in the supermarkets or wherever you're shopping, shop in the morning. Also, like if you want to shop from the market, most markets have fresh produce in the morning. So it is important to shop in the morning, otherwise you'll just find dried food stuff in the afternoon. Yeah, so that's another one. The other thing is, if you can, shop alone. Because when you tag along so many people, each and everyone have something they want or their preference, even as it comes to the brands that you're shopping. So it is easier to shop when you're alone. The other thing is, don't shop when you're tired, bored, upset, or hungry. You end up either impulse buying or again you will forget things. If you shop hungry, you'll end up buying stuff for eating which were not in your budget. The next tip is, when you're shopping something, always ask yourself when you will use the item. For instance, you'll find you have so many spices in the house which you don't use. You'll also find, okay, this applies even to clothes and other stuff that you need in the house. You may even find yourself buying a gadget you will hardly use. Yeah, so it's a factor. Another tip is, when you're shopping for food, think about the meals you will make. For instance, you can plan your weekly meals or maybe your monthly meals and then you do the shopping. We are done with the haul. Now we are preparing the meals. We have the peas, the minjis which are boiling, and as they boil, we prepare the arrowroots and sweet potatoes. So how do you clean your arrowroots? I have two ways. I either peel them the way I'm doing it now, or I just peel the full peel and wash and then cook when they are clean. The next tip is that you check what you already have in stock. If you have a shopping list, it is important to compare what is already in stock and what you need to add to be sufficient for the period that you are looking at. The other thing is compare prices of different sizes and brands before buying. If you're not loyal to a brand, it is important to compare the different brands and the prices, especially also the size, because you may find a size which is slightly bigger would cost way cheaper and you can save a lot, and you still need that quantity instead of buying a lesser quantity. The other tip is bring your own bag. Bringing your own bag saves you a lot when it comes to the packaging. Many a times you have ended up buying a bag. I have got a Carrefour bag to carry a meal, so it's always important to carry a bag. The other thing is buy in wholesale, especially for the non-perishable things. If you're able to, that saves a lot. You can have a group and then you shop with the group, because some of these things for you to buy wholesale, you would really have to buy a lot. The other thing is buy perishables only for the items that you need. Do not stock lots and lots of perishable good foods because they are going to go bad. The other thing is buy fragile and frozen items last. That ensures that they are kept at the top. Handling for the fragile will be easy, and the frozen items will not melt before you get home. The other tip is buy fresh fruits and vegetables which are in season. That ensures you get very fresh and good fruits. The other tip is you can recreate meals from leftovers. If you have some ugali from yesterday and instead of throwing it away, you use it to make today's. The final tip for today is limit your purchase of ready-made food. If you can be able to cook the food, please cook it at home, because you end up paying more because the food is ready-made. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let us also have your feedback on the content you want to watch in this channel, and any additional tips that you may have. Remember to book our Airbnb.